Hi, I'm Mei Wai, the founder, CEO, and Chief Change Advisor of APAC Global Advisory. And today, I have here with me in the studio Li Gang, who is the founder, CEO of ELGO Technologies. Hi, Li Gang.
Hi, Mei Hua. Thanks for inviting me here. I'm very excited.
It's a pleasure. And perhaps you want to introduce yourself to everybody.
Sure. My name is Li Gang. Currently, I am the founder of ELGO Technologies, where we provide customized AI solutions for companies. Our mission is to bring AI, to democratize AI to everyone. So previously, I've also been in the data and AI industry for about 10 years. I've worked roles in National Healthcare Group, Ministry of Health, and also in startups like Zopa AI, working on AI and data science.
Yes, so Li Gang, Zopa, I understand you are actually the AI and data director, right? Am I
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
And it was in the area of human resource and recruitment. It was interesting. We were talking about 80% of human resource managers actually believe that at some point they will be using AI in their recruitment, and also about 60 over percent actually believe that it's going to you know help them improve that recruitment rate. So can you share a little bit based on your experience in Zopa?
Sure. I think especially with the rollout of Gen AI like ChatGPT, right? So I think a lot of the use case that we see in HR right now, a lot looks at recruitment, where it helps to screen through or even source for suitable candidates for the role, generating the appropriate JD, okay, accessing the job fit or even what the organization needs in terms of positions, doing interviews, right? Right now, ChatGPT, they can speak like a human and you can convert. So you can do
Yes.
automated interviews. There's many use cases.
Mm.
Now, one thing to be careful of is a lot of organizations or businesses, when they look at adopting AI technologies, they think it as a plug and play, right? There's a solution out there, I bring that in, boom, everyone's
Yes.
using it.
Yes.
But that's not the case, because usually that's a process, right? Maybe I share an example of how it went wrong.
Mm.
So at my previous startup, when we were developing the recruitment software, so companies use it to do the end-to-end hiring there. Did the recruitment, screening of candidates, interview, right, sending out offer letters all through the platform. And at the heart of it is an AI algorithm. This AI helps to screen the candidates that applied to the job, okay, and give a score on the stability. So recruiters don't need to look through resumes anymore. They just
Mm.
go, look at scores, select, and then they proceed to the next stage. And this, we think this idea is fantastic. The algorithm is very good. We're able to reduce down the recruiter's time
Yes.
spent by 80%.
Mm.
So we roll it out. But we are surprised. No one was using it after months, and we are curious.
Mm.
So we went to talk to recruiters, and then we realized we made a big mistake. We never actually thought from it on how the user will actually use it.
Mm.
We roll out the tool and expect everyone just to use it. For them, there's two concerns. First, they see a score generated by some AI that they do not know, and they do not know how the score came about. If it's 80, what does 80 mean? How do you come up with that 80?
Yeah, that's
They
true.
they do
Yeah.
not understand it, and they do not
Mm.
trust it. And then
Yes.
that's why they go back to their original
Mm.
process.
Mm.
So realizing that, we quickly came back to drawing board and redesign it so it includes explanation. We also give the recruiters control over the AI. They can control how it behaves, and that we see the adoption slowly increasing. Right. So that's one
Yes.
example.
Yes, I think that's a really helpful example that you have faced, because I mean if you just look at HR and wider HR, there's also different types of organization beliefs. You know, you have like almost 50-50 split of people believing that AI can actually help to improve biasness. I mean, in terms of the selection of candidates, And it's certainly also some believe that perhaps it's going to become a tool that can help in the DEI, right? The improvement of the diversity and inclusion. But then there are those who actually don't believe, and I myself actually believe that the AI can help to improve the speed in which companies can revert to candidates, select candidates, etc. But the ultimate decision has to be back on to the human as well. Yeah.
That's correct. So, and also, right, I think when we talk about the split in the different views, right, a lot of
Yes.
the times many people they are talking about very different things. So I think one thing to be clear is AI is not a overall a solution to everything. It is just a tool. It's just like your
Yes.
Excel, right? Excel is a
Absolutely.
tool that people can use.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So to the AI, especially in the realm of HR, right, generally there's usually three main groups of use cases that they are well suited at. One is when dealing with large amount of tasks, okay, large volume, very tedious tasks, they can smartly automate those tasks. That's one of the biggest use case there. The second one is generate forecasts and generate insights, right? What do my customer likes, right? How can I innovate on my product? Okay, to sell more to customers and customers will be more happy, right? That's the second group. And the third group is more at risk management, right? How can I reduce the risk by forecasting and calculating more of the risk factors? So these are generally the use case where AI is good at, and but there are also places where AI is not good at. A lot of the human judgment where you actually need to read a lot into human emotions and interactions. Generally, these are not great. So when designing these tools, right, it's also important to take into account which parts you should use AI on, which part you should not. There are other considerations such as governance, ethical considerations as well.
Yes.
And generally, when you are unsure, it's always good to have a human in the loop. That means the AI provides insight. It's like a second opinion,
Absolutely.
but the humans ultimately make the decision.
Yes, and I think taking us out of HR, it could be HR or any projects. I think one thing to be very cautious about is based on the amount of change work that I've done, is that if there's like a big announcement by the CEO to say we are going in to do this large transformation, be very, very careful, especially if the organization hadn't actually had some form of a continuous change already previously or had that culture. Is that something that you see too, Li Yang?
Yes, definitely. We see it a lot, right? A lot of organizations they come with grand ideas and they want to implement it in one go. And usually, the advice we give to them is, let's hold it first and relook at the things because sometimes the people that are involved in the change they need time to adapt. So a more tactical approach would be probably breaking down the large project into smaller pieces and roll it out by stage. This allows the people involved to have time to adapt. And usually you encourage do the lowest hanging fruit first, smaller ones, get those wins, boost the morale, and people are more they get more buy-in, and that will also drive the momentum to see the project to completion.
Yes, yes. And indeed, you can see the success rate and the sustainability of the projects are more in projects, organizations that seem to be continuously tweaking and going through change, right? Versus having a grand plan of a massive project with multiple teams, etc., and doing one major transformation. And also, of course, as we were introducing our series, we explained that we are talking also quite a bit about AI and change. And with that, have you had some experience with change people in your projects?
I think yes, definitely. I think while rolling out change in terms of AI, right? I think just now we talked about how we can make the process, we can redesign the process or re-engineer the process to cater to this change. I think the other very important factor is humans, right? The people involved in the change. Who are the people that will help to bring the change to the rest of the organization? Right, I think there's a lot of terminology. So I think
Yes.
usually when we do projects, we call it change champions or change managers. So we observe a trend throughout our projects, right? Those that are successful generally tends to appoint change champions. So what do these people do? So these people are usually like the key person, the key users that will be performing the task in the new process. They are heavily involved. they have certain influence over as well with the others. We get them involved from the beginning. They go into for all the way from the planning stage, reviewing the design, giving feedback, testing the system, testing a new process, end to end, right? So once the project implemented, they have the certain they are engaged, and they also have the ownership over the project as well, and they are able to bring it back to the respective groups, their teams, their peers, and actually help them to adapt to the change.
Yes, and I think Li Yang had actually shared with me previously that also they have change leaders that actually do the holistic change management plans, right? In and these may be so for mid-size and smaller companies. So there are different ways to structure. And it's great to see that that is something that everybody is paying attention to, because that's going to make the difference in whether the change is sustainable. So picking up on what you were saying just now, where you commented that there are so many terminologies for change, and in fact I do know that there are a lot of people who are very confused also about the terminology. I think before this discussion, we shared with each other about what you call change champions, which are actually also change managers, right? And within the organizations, they have change leaders who actually plan a holistic change plan from start to end of journeying in the process. Now, if it's not a small and medium-sized enterprise, and we're looking at, say, a larger family business or multinational, what can happen is you have your global change, your regional change, and your local change. And it's very interesting to see within the cities or regions, for example, in China, in Thailand, in different areas, different plants, you have different change agents that can be deployed, who also make a difference on top of what you're saying, by being that force of positivity to drive change, encouragement, motivation, and be there also to answer challenging questions. Because many a times in change, you correctly mentioned, is the trust. So if you are far out there in deployment and you don't know what is being happening in headquarters, that's where the trust breaks down, and very easily people can get demoralized in change. So irregardless of any terminology or whichever formats you want, internal, external, in change, I'm very happy to see that you are leveraging that. And one of the tips I wanted to share today was that what are the qualities that we should look for when we appoint change people within our teams. I think for me, I don't look at just technical skills. They don't need to have the AI skills, the digital skills, etc. But what's really important is they've got to care about the project, the direction of where the company is going, and very important of all is like what Li Gang says, care about the people as well. The other thing is that they have to be excellent communicators, because in many cases, Li Gang, you can see the change managers at different level, they have to be very bold to be able to speak up for the people if things are not going well. And I have seen some change people who like to stay and hide behind the email, and that's not very effective, and it gives change a very bad name, I have to say. So these are the kind of things we can look out for. The other thing is also, if you look within their resume, you will see some kind of work that they have done within organization, in organization psychology. That kind would also be very helpful to be able to make a difference. But having said that, you've also seen technical specialists switch and do change, right?
Yes.
So that is something you need to get a sense of yourself. So I hope these tips are useful for you when you are thinking of your change projects for AI or tech in any way. And thank you so much, Li Gang, for being here to have this conversation with me today. And I look forward to having a chat with you again for our third episode.
Yeah, look forward to that as well.
Thank you.